This is for Year 10 Methods Pathways. We can look at exercise 3.5, question 4. So exercise 3.4 is all about 3.5, sorry, 3.5 question 4 is all about finding unknown angles inside circles. So first things first, we know that this is a circle with the center at 0, and the interesting about things about circles is that if you have a line going from the center to anywhere on the outside, that's one radius. So anywhere going from center to the outside is one radius, center to the outside is one radius. So if I look at this particular triangle, these two sides are actually equal, because if you have a triangle where you have two sides are equal, it's known as isosceles triangle, meaning these two angles are equal. Okay, so meaning if these two sides are equal, means that these two angles are equal. So that must be 45 degrees. Now to get D, we have to use the triangle property. We know that the angles inside a triangle sum up to 180. 45 plus 45 is 90, okay, which means D must be 90 degrees. Okay, so D is 90 degrees. Now, I know that we've got a straight line here. Okay, so D plus C must equal 180. So C must also equal 90 because of the straight line property. Okay, so if you have a straight line and you divide the angle to 2, if one's 90, then the other one must be 90. I also know that this is a isosceles triangle. The second triangle is also isosceles. So if that's 90, that must be 45, and that must be 45, because the remainder of the angles must add up to 90, because we're already taken up 90 from 180. Okay, and these being equal, you just divide 90 by 2, which is 45 each. Okay, so similar with B, we're using the isosceles triangle property. So from the center to the outside, from the center to the outside are the same. That's one radius. So first things first, this is also isosceles. Okay, because going from the center to the outside is equal. So if this takes up 38 degrees, if I go 180 minus 38, so that's 142. If I divide that by 2, because these two angles are equal, B must equal 142 divided by 2, which equals 71. Okay, so how do I get A? Well, you can do it both ways. You can do it two ways. So something interesting about the arc property is that if I look at, so move this, if I look at the arc over here, can you see the arc going to the center, or the angle going to the center, is a straight line. So that's 180 degrees. So that's covered by 180 degrees. And the arc going, the same arc going to the outside will be half of it. So half 180 would be 90. So B, so if I draw a angle here, this angle must add up to 90 degrees. We already know B equals 71, so what do I need to make up from 71 to get to 90? I only need 90 degrees, so this must be 90 degrees. Since this triangle itself is isosceles triangle, these two sides are equal, meaning these two angles are equal, so A equals 19 degrees. Okay. So a lot of these problems are basically using the isosceles triangle property. Sometimes you need to use the arc. Sometimes you need to use the arc property. Okay, so for example, if you draw for D, if you draw an arc there, that's 160, which means this A plus B, the angle here, would be 80 degrees. You also need to use the isosceles triangle property, because we know this has to add up to 80 degrees, right? We know this is the isosceles triangle. This is 40, that's 40. Okay, so if that's 40 and that needs to add up to 80, that must equal 40 as well. Okay, so play around with arcs and sausage triangles, and you should get how to get the questions like these. Hopefully that helps.